knowing that if they dropped Game 3, it would mean virtual elimination. And as a result, the game took on a personality of desperation for Phoenix. And for the Bulls, it was an opportunity to bury the Suns and put them down 3 games to none. But Phoenix would not go down easy.
Shot clock at 2. Marley fires and hits. Three-pointer from beyond area code range for Dan Marley. Here's Pippen. Foul. He counts. Dan Marley on fire from three-point land. Marley for 3. Again. Dan Marley, who hit 8.
Behind Marley's hot shooting, the Suns maintained their 1-point advantage heading into the fourth quarter. Then Phoenix opened up the period with a spurt, eventually building an 11-point lead.
Barkley pops it down. Ainge shooting for 3. Yes! Danny Ainge converts from downtown, and the Suns lead at 99-88.
But as so often happens in Chicago Stadium, the crowd helped to spur on a Bull run. And Chicago was able to even the score at 103 with only a minute and a half to go in regulation. And the Bulls smelled blood.
35 to go, fourth quarter. Jordan sets up strong. And a foul.
Moments later, with the score still knotted, the game came down to one play.
To the basket to Grant. And we go to overtime.
As the overtime session began, it was evident that fatigue would play a major role in deciding the outcome of the game. And the team that held up best would most likely prevail.
Here's Chambers. Oh, what a move. Tom Chambers. Here's Johnson on the penetration. Marshall with the rebound. Barkley goes short. Rebound Johnson. Time running down. Here's Ainge to win it. We go to a second overtime. Now Jordan to the fadeaway. The Suns are down by 2. Marley. Yes. Grant. For Pippen, he has the shot. Gets it off. And we go to a third overtime.
In the third OT, it would be the Bulls who wore down as Phoenix persevered and got themselves back in the series.
Marley for 3. Whoa! Dan Marley with his 6th three-pointer. The Phoenix Suns in triple overtime have defeated the Chicago Bulls 129-121.
Greatest basketball game I ever played in today. We gave everything we had. They gave everything they had. And that's the way the game should be played.
Coming up on NBA Action, we'll see how finals fever is caught on in Phoenix.
They're, more excited probably than we are about this whole thing.
And we'll count down the top 10 assists of the year in our courtside countdown.
Worthy backhand pass to Green. Oh!
Back to NBA Action. Now on NBA Action, a player who's been bullseye for Chicago all season is holding court. He may look like a kid who somehow found his way on the court. But make no mistake, B.J. Armstrong is a vital member of the Bulls. He's helped Chicago win 2 world championships as an invaluable reserve. And this year, after an injury to starter John Paxson, B.J. would have to step up.
Well, it's one of those blessings in disguise. The fact that Paxson was not 100% is the very thing that gave BJ, of course, the opportunity to move into that starting lineup and helped our ball club in the long run tremendously.
Thriving in his new role, Armstrong not only became the league's top three-point shooter this year, but he's also become a favorite target of Michael Jordan's.
I think Michael started finding him for certain shots, and that was like an accolade, really.
In the playoffs, the accolades have kept coming for B.J., who's really risen to the occasion in the postseason.
King finds B.J. Yeah! Counted in the foul. That play has worked for several years by the Bulls, but you don't often see the kid on the end of the scoring play here.
And in the most crucial contest of the season, Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals, B.J. would come up big in crunch time.
Armstrong, yes! A three-pointer for B.J. Armstrong.
When that ball went up, I didn't move. The crowd was out of it, the excitement. And when the shot went down, for that split second, it was just like a magnificent feel. in my career, man, it was a nice moment in Bulls history.
During the Bulls' postseason quest to make history, BJ's also been a standout defensively, and he's taken on some of the game's top point guards.
Well, I think BJ has brought that energy and that defensive intensity to the game in each and every series and each and every game we played in. And we as the guys is really kind of looking out for him, really kind of fed off of that, and it's helped our defensive intensity.
In the NBA Finals, Armstrong has excelled on both ends of the floor, and you get a sense that this player has arrived.
Now Armstrong is open for the three-pointer and hits it. B.J. Armstrong has had a terrific playoff run.
While B.J. Armstrong looks to bring a third straight championship to Chicago, we take a look back this week at Bulls legend Jerry Sloan, who left a great legacy in the Windy City by playing defense the hard-nosed way.
I think the whole team was triggered by the defense, and we had developed a very good defensive team concept, and Jerry Sloan was a player that triggered that defensive concept.
A four-time member of the NBA All-Defensive Team, Sloan teamed up with backcourt mate Norm Van Leer.
Playing with Jerry Sloan, I like to think that we were the best defensive combination that has played this game so far.
In the 1975 Conference Finals, Sloan and the Bulls were past their prime, but they still pushed the Warriors to the limit.
The thing that I remember probably the most was people said we were too old to compete against them, but we competed probably as hard as anybody could for the amount of minutes we were on the floor.
Although he moved on to the coaching ranks as the head man of the Utah Jazz, Jerry Sloan is remarkably the only former Bull to have his number hang from the rafters at Chicago Stadium. Welcome back to NBA Action. Now, an inside look at the excitement generated in a city on the verge of an NBA championship.
The Suns will give the Bulls the sunburn sting. Beat the Bulls! Beat the Bulls!
Game one, the finals, right here, Phoenix, Arizona. We got Boston and the crew. You got to get down.
It's your championship program. Berkeley versus Jordan.
You got to get here. Operator. Operator.
These days, you can't turn a corner in Phoenix without seeing, hearing, or feeling Suns mania. Even the players are somewhat surprised by all the hoopla.
It's been crazy. Signs on all the store shops, signs on